If I invited you over to my place, you would be greeted by Bart. However, if you come in, there's no place for you to hang up your jacket, which isn't very welcoming, of course. So today, I'm gonna fix that. Don't worry about Bart, by the way, he's doing fine. So, the idea is quite simple. We have this strip underneath the mailbox where I can attach the coat rack. There are multiple ways to approach this, of course, but I've chosen for a simple design that just covers the strip.
But why don't you just make some small hooks and attach those to the mailbox?
You see, 3D printed objects have one big flaw. They're weak in the Z direction. But luckily for me, they're very strong in the X and Y direction. And I'll take advantage of that in my design, where I print the base and the hanger separately.
Bro, couldn't you
Just let me explain.
With my engineering big brain, I've identified 3 potential problems to take into account with my design. 1. The screw holes. For the 2 print orientations shown below, the base is prone to crack propagation by the stress concentration around the screw holes under loading. The most suitable orientation for the base therefore seems to be this. 2. Load on the hanger. If the same orientation is used for the hangers, it will certainly result in failure. Pulling off a jacket could easily break off the hook of the hanger, for example. Printing the hook on its side will prevent this, but does require the base and the hangers to be printed separately. 3. Interaction. With the hangers separated from the base, a prying load is introduced in the base. Similarly to the screw holes, a horizontal printing orientation is prone to crack propagation around the whole of the hanger, which reinforces the argument of problem 1.
Thanks, Professor. Okay, you might be asking,
Yo, isn't this overkill?
but who's gonna stop me, huh? So, now that's out of the way, we can start printing, right? Well, there's just a slight problem with my current design. The coat rack is going to be 44 centimeters long, making it a case where the size does actually matter, which means I'll have to break up the base into 2 parts. To fix the 2 parts together, I'm going for a mechanical connection that keeps them in place when I put the rack onto the mailbox. I do intend to use an additional screw in the middle because I don't trust the strength of just a mechanical connection. However, instead of trying to cover up the connection, I'll enhance the aesthetics of the design so that it's a feature. Therefore, I'll use a different color for both sides, blue and orange, because, well, my walls are also blue and orange. But before printing, I want to adjust the design for some of the tolerances. We got the tenon and mortise connection for the hangers and the 2 base parts, which allow no deviation to fit properly. Once I was finished with the design, I let the bumble up run to print the left side of the base with just 1 hanger, in case the tolerances weren't good enough yet. However, the fit was really tight. Maybe too tight, because I wasn't able to remove it with my hands anymore without breaking the base. But hey, that's a problem for the future, right? So, I went on to print the other hangers as well, and these also fitted tightly into the base. Now I repeated the same process for the right side, this time with orange filament, which I got as a present from my roommates for graduating my bachelor degree. With the right side printed out, I checked the fit on the tenon and mortise connection between the 2 base parts. Although the fit was good, I noticed that the right side was slightly higher than the left side. So, while printing the remaining hangers, I tried to cut away any excess material at the joint with this knife thingy. Which didn't work so well, so I started using one of my chisels that is a lot more stable and sharper. With the last hangers printed out, I was able to finish off the coat rack. I think it looks pretty nice for only half a day's work, mainly because the A1 is able to print that quickly with great quality. Although, I have one question. Do you know what causes this unevenness on the surface? I would like to know if a print setting is responsible, like speed or cooling, or that's because I'm using an older filament or something. Now it's finished, it's time to fix the coat rack under the mailbox. I'll just use an ordinary power tool because, well, I'm just lazy. The final result, of course, is not actually finished until we have tried out our new coat rack. Is it able to hold our jacket? And well, it does just that. Well, If you ever decided to come by my place, you're now not only welcomed by Bart, but also by the coat rack where you can leave your jacket when you come in. If you like videos like this, where I'm printing random stuff, let me know in the comments down below and consider subscribing.
See ya!